independence that she wouldn't have been able to have in this world had that not been the case. And I think she loves to party and she loves to flirt and she really likes Uncle Joe Blake.
Did you blame her?
Why do you think she's drawn to Joe?
I think this is completely unlike anyone that she would have grown up with. I mean, she's part of this like new generation of Nazis who are like the offspring of the perpetrators of these crimes. But I don't think, you know, particularly my friends, from what I can tell, like we're not into any of these ideologies. Like we're kind of more, I mean, we're not hippies, but we're, you know, really into the environment and nature and, you know, we're not like these evil Nazi types. But at the same time, you know, Joe he grew up in a different world, and I think he just fascinates her because he's different and he's not some like privileged rich kid like she is, and like she's kind of surrounded herself with.
How would you describe Joe's journey in season 2?
I'm
not asking for spoilers. I'm just saying in general, as a character, as a person. How is he changing?
He's going deeper and deeper into his own personal life. He's going deeper into the Nazi Empire, and he gets to see. The way how I break it down is he's going into the lion's den, right? And he can either face it, and he can fight them. He doesn't have to. He can sit down and let it eat him, or he can run away. So he's kind of faced with that conflict. What he wants to do. And, really, that's it. That's the big question. Can he affect change, or does he want to affect change in the world that he lives in?
Have you impacted at all by this parallel world thing since we saw a glimpse of another?
Oh, you mean the alternate world? No, Joe's not affected by it. But it does affect everybody. You'll see it. It's a butterfly effect. I keep saying that's everybody, but it's a butterfly effect.
Yeah, the thing is, your character is kind of like, I don't want to. It's a bit of a leap, but just as in the early seasons of Mad, or first season or so of Mad Men, it was like, you know, who is this guy Don Draper? You're this big question mark.
Right.
Yeah. Do we at least find out a little bit more about your past?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's all of season 2 for Joe. You dive deeper into who he is as a person. Yeah, because you don't know. You don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
You have no idea why he's doing what he's doing, who he is, where he comes from. Right. So you're going to find out why he's doing what he's doing, who he is, and where he comes from. You know? That's good. So, yeah. That's good. Okay.
Are there any moments you're particularly excited for fans to see? Any specific episodes?
Just last one we filmed. I can't tell you why, but it's pretty.
Oh God, I'm excited to see it. I have no idea how that's going to turn out.
It's going to be good.
Is that a tease? Wait a minute, I think it's a tease.
It's a tease. There's going to be just remember, episode 6 for Joe and Nicole is going to be great.
Yeah.
So for your character, are we going to be hearing you talk a lot about Lenny Riefenstahl and going back into the history of German cinema at all?
No. I mean, I wonder if... No, I mean, it's years later. I'm sure that Lenny would have been a kind of idol of mine, but at the same time, you know, she was a propaganda filmmaker, and I don't think I necessarily would believe myself to be that, but she probably didn't believe herself to be that either. So,
Frank stepping back into more consulting work in this season. Have you noticed a change? I mean, obviously, you can't answer this question. Have you noticed a change in the show and the sort of the scripts?
No. Well, I mean, it's much of a change. I think Frank's laid down the groundwork. He was with us halfway through the season. So, I mean, and they were in the writers' room for 6 months before we shot season 2, so they laid down the groundwork. I think it was just, I think Frank, his life is so time consuming, and he has to do the project. It's a lot. This project requires all of it. You know, it's so massive. The scale of this thing is huge. And Frank to kind of have it all just on his shoulders the entire time is a lot. So, but all of the elements that are there, Frank created. No one should ever not forget that. It's a great guy.
Curious, because Rufus mentioned he had read quite a few books in preparation for the role, like The Third Reich. Did you, either of you read any books that in preparation?
Oh, my
Or
Lenny's
like
memoir.
autobiographies?
It's such a good read. I feel like everyone should read it. Have you read it?
I've read parts of it.
It's just like, oh, and then I was at this party and like Hitler made a pass at me and I was like, her life is wild. It's all just like, it's just like fantastic gossip. And then like Goebbels tried to rape me and then my life became really difficult after I turned him down. But like, you know, it's yeah, I love that book. I read a bunch of stuff about Lenny
Really
and
good
like,
documentary about her if you haven't seen it.
okay, I haven't, and I've
Oh, okay. Look it up.
yeah, I read a bunch of stuff about her and like Marlena and just kind of like women of the time because I was trying to create this, I don't know, this type of woman who I haven't played before.
I read the novel. I read the book. I read the book multiple times. Other than that, I watched documentaries about World War II. What it is to be a Nazi, what it is to be a part of the Nazi movement. Kind of just understanding that world, listening to stories. Other than that, I mean, book-wise, in preparation, I stuck to the novel.
Did the novel help you with the show? I mean, obviously the plot's there and a lot of it's there, but the show is different.
I just think being in the mind of the ideas that he presents in the book, I think,
I'm like, I really need to read the book. I should read the book. Shit, why didn't you read the book?
just kind of the way he writes, his outlook, so it's also kind of Carrie, they'll say it to you if you haven't spoken to Carrie, it's kind of a spiritual thing, you know. I mean, this man is now gone, he's not with us anymore, and taking his work and creating it into something that's responses to him that's really beautiful. So honoring him and kind of having his spirit there and having him in your mind when he writes. It's important.
What are the differences in working on like a streaming show for Amazon versus like more traditional network or movie? Is it a difference?
Time, money.
More of each?
I think we have. I think because we're working for Amazon, and they have a lot more money to spend, and therefore they have more time to work on. I mean, we film like 11-day episodes. The average is like 6 to 7 on network TV. It's like a movie. We get time to actually film scenes. We get time to record, which is great. So it's a lot different than network in that respect. And the set design is incredible. I mean, it's got nominated for 4 Emmys. I'm sure you know. Yeah, that's because of time. That's because of creativity.
I was going to ask the level of detail and the production design of the sets and the magazines and everything. How does that help you really transport that to that?
It informs everything. It informs the way you speak. It informs your walk. It informs the way you carry yourself. It's everything. It's everything for an actor.
Not every show you have that sort of immersive.
No, you don't. Because I step on set and I feel like, really, 50% of the work for me is done already. And the other side is just me having to, do this thing called acting. But it's amazing.
You know, in this climate right now with xenophobia and the fear of others, what do you think this show tells about our time right now? Unfortunate times right now.
I think it's a message to us as a society to wake up, and realize that these things are real. These things can happen, and they could have happened. And it is prevalent in the world we live today. That fear and greed and all these things are ingredients to create the world. And that's the beautiful thing about all these characters is they believe in something more. They believe in integrity and humanity and peace. So we live by that motto. We don't live in fear. We embrace one another as individuals, as people. We embrace. We can live a peaceful life. But I think it's a message.
Did you wake up by November?
Huh?
Did you wake up by November?
Fuck, man.